Alright, it is Vlogmas day number 7. I'm gonna go get my hair cut, and I think I've cursed myself after the winter video yesterday because it is sunny and the exposure is all over the place. So, here we go. So I am going somewhere different today for my haircut. The place I usually go is not open. So, trying Picasso Salon, I think, in Davis, which for my unmanageable hair is pretty reasonable, because you've probably seen, if you ever see the back of my head in a video, the amount of bedhead I have is really intense. Take one last good look at current hairstyle because it's going away. And that's the new haircut! And it's also starting to rain, holy mother. But they were super nice there, and 100% recommend Picasso Salon. I don't usually go for short hair in the winter. It's counterproductive to my idea of weather, but kind of wanted to look a little nicer. Okay, so earlier this week there was a story about a wrestler who had to cut his hair because it was deemed, I don't know, too long or exotic. I don't know, it was some weird story where he had to cut his hair for like some stupid reason. And it reminded me of a time back in 8th grade where I had this really cringy haircut. It was long, it was not very complimentary, but it was, you know, it was a haircut for an 8th grader, and I thought it was cool. So give me a few years and I realized it's disgusting. But at the time I thought it was a really cool haircut, and my middle school was a private Catholic school, and somehow we got a new principal in 8th grade, and she felt that my haircut was unacceptable, whatever the heck that means, and basically told me that she said that she was going to cut it, but it was more like a veiled threat that I need to go get my hair cut. And I really didn't want to. I really enjoyed my long hair. And I was like, ah, that's funny, haha, nice joke. So the other important thing to note is that she writes my recommendations for high school applications. So I kind of needed her to not hate me. So as the year went on, there came a point where she was like, you need to go get a haircut. And I was like, no. And I had a discussion with my 8th grade teacher at the time, and she was like, you should definitely not get your hair cut. Like, this is completely unreasonable. Like, you're allowed to have long hair 100%. And even some of my friends, I had one friend who, she had really long hair. She was like, oh, hey, principal lady, what if I just shave my head? Like, is that okay? And the principal was like, yeah, that's fine, you can shave your head. But he has to cut his hair. So ridiculousness, right? Absolutely ridiculous. I still don't understand what her issue with my hair was. Like, it wasn't hurting anyone, it wasn't distracting anyone, I was an all-A student, so there was really nothing that my hair was impacting except her personal opinion, which pissed me off. Unfortunately, because of how the whole, like, oh, she endorses what high schools I get to go to and whatnot, I did eventually decide that I would concede, and I did cut my hair. It wasn't even that much, but I cut enough of it that she seemed happier. So I guess the whole point of this story is that I feel for the guy who had to cut his hair, but I don't think anyone should ever have to cut their hair. Your hair is really important to who you are, and I think that speaks a lot to who you are as a person, so I totally 100% disagree with anyone that thinks that they should be able to force someone to cut their own hair. Alright, I'm finishing up my Christmas shopping in a mall, which is really dumb on Christmas Eve, but Merry Christmas Eve, here we go. Okay, done with our Christmas shopping. I'm going to head back to Davis now. It is raining, and I actually kind of like it. Okay, that is it for Vlogmas day number 7 or 8. Merry Christmas Eve, and as always, don't forget to be awesome.